Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go Watch a Movie, episode 71. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
The conversation continues as today, it's cold in here because we get into Polar, the Netflix assassin film. But before we do that, we're going to get into a little bit of entertainment news. So firstly, we got some more bonkers, sad, crazy DC news, sir. Margot Robbie, aka Harley Quinn, will not, rumor has it, will not be appearing in Suicide Squad 2 or the Birds of Prey movie.
Why is this? What's the rumor?
The rumor is that they're just doing a lot of restructuring because of the way that the last two films did, Aquaman and they're expecting Shazam to do.
Yeah.
So they're doing a lot of restructuring.
I don't think they should put all their money on Shazam. Maybe it's gonna be good, but I don't know. I wouldn't do it.
But yeah, apparently Suicide Squad 2 is going to have an all new cast for James Gunn, which, I'm not.
They're doing that a lot. They seem to just they're shuffling around so much. It kind of turns you off a little bit.
Little bit. Because you try and cling to these characters and the people playing them, but
you can't.
You can't. The Batman rumors kind of spin off of this because the name being thrown around here is old Twilight Mr. Man himself.
No.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
But, I liked her. I like her as Harley Quinn. I don't know.
She does okay. I mean, I think she was probably the most popular character out of the movie.
For sure. Yeah.
So I think,
she put Harley Quinn back on the map.
I think Harley Quinn was always on the map.
She never went anywhere.
It's Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
People love her.
Yeah. But isn't it funny that she was made for the animated series? Like that's fantastic. But James Gunn, I hope you know what you're doing, because leaving her out may be a sore note for a lot of teen girls. A
lot of teen boys.
True, you make a good point here. And me. But yeah, that's that story. We're gonna move on to Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
Did you think in 2019 you would hear Howard the Duck news?
I mean, he wasn't that.
Yeah, the end of.
But he looked horrible.
He did.
He looked like sick.
Yes.
Well, I guess because I like the old movie.
The fatter.
I like the round head.
Yeah.
on a duck. I like a nice round head on a duck. But it just looks better to me than the weird looking squaggly. I guess that's where a real duck really looks like.
Yeah.
Though. Maybe that's why I like the other one, because it's faker looking. He
looks like he's out of a cartoon world. The older one, yeah,
exactly.
Well, Hulu has partnered with Marvel to bring not one, not two, not three, but 4 cartoons. One being Howard the Duck, written by your favorite and mine. Well, maybe just mine, Kevin Smith.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that is interesting.
I think he's perfect for it. For this animated, his especially current Kevin Smith, where he's quirky as all get out, kind of fits the mold. The others will be MODOK, Hit Monkey, Tiger and the Dazzler, Howard the Duck, and then they're going to form into Marvel's The Offenders. Kind of taking away that vacancy that the Netflix one's left.
I guess.
You don't sound convinced.
I'll have to see it.
They're all animated, so
I'll have to see it, and it'd have to be amazing.
Yeah.
For me to jump in there, but it just doesn't sound.
I'm there for the Howard the Duck at least. I want to see that one, but that's an odd bunch to choose from, which, as we talked last week, is something Marvel loves to do. Like, the odder the better, it seems, for them.
Well, how many times you can't do another show about Iron Man? It's too popular.
He's everywhere.
You got to pump everybody else up, because otherwise, what are you going to do?
And their categories or catalog is so huge. Why not just keep digging deep into that?
Well, they're definitely digging deep with this one.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
which will bring us to the last bit of entertainment news. And this is actually going to tie in with the Netflix theme. Breaking Bad movie. Did you watch Breaking Bad?
I have not watched it all.
Gotcha.
I've started. I've hit pieces of it here and there. But yeah, I'm not an aficionado.
It is a long clamored for film. People want to see how those stories close. Just announced today that Netflix will be getting it.
Okay, that makes sense.
First grabs at it, and then it'll go on AMC after that. It's an original mother station, but yeah, I think that's going to entice some people because everyone wants to see that, and be able to hop on. And I'm kind of surprised it didn't go theaters, but because that show was massive.
It is, but sometimes it doesn't translate to a movie. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Like I love me some X-Files. And they've got a couple movies under the belt. Don't get me wrong. I still love me some X-Files, even with those movies.
Yes.
But those movies didn't exactly translate over for me.
Which is why
and then like the old Star Trek even. Not like the old Star Trek, but like Next Generation, for instance. That's my Star Trek because that's kind of when I grew up or whatever. So I'm all about Next Generation. Those movies didn't really transfer... Like the show didn't transfer over into those movies, into movies very well for me. Like they were okay. They just seemed like really long, overproduced episodes that could have been episodes.
I think that's a perfect description.
That could have been cheaper and then been great episodes, but they screwed it by trying to make it a movie. That's kind of how I feel.
So you think they should just come back for like 2 episodes?
They should just be like, they should do what the X-Files just did. Do like a little event series.
Oh, was it like 10 episodes?
Yeah, it wasn't very big. Yeah. Just enough to complete, to give you a little taste.
Round things out.
Give you a taste. And that's what they did. And it worked for me. They could do the same thing. You don't have to make it it's a movie, everybody. Everybody has to go see it because it's going to be a movie. So it's not necessarily going to work.
Like The Sopranos.
I'm just being negative today, aren't I?
No, hey, I like it. And give me a taste fits perfectly with Breaking Bad. Give me a taste. All right. That will bring us to trailers. You first and me, sir.
I'll try to tackle it. I had the same problem that I had last time.
Oh, geez.
It's just hard. It's hard to find for me. Like when I watch a trailer, I want to get excited about the movie, and I haven't really.
Understandable.
It's been the opposite.
Oh.
Like I keep watching. Like I have one bad one. I have one good one.
Okay.
So here's my bad one. Aladdin.
Okay.
Does anyone else think
this one has erupted the internet?
Does he look weird blue?
Everyone is furious over Blue Will Smith.
It just doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know why other people are mad because I'm not all over the internet, but I do know that how I feel.
Okay.
And I don't feel right looking at Will Smith blue. It just doesn't feel. I don't know. It's because I'm thinking animated and I want Robin Williams. But even I don't know if a blue Robin Williams would work in a live action.
I don't think so. And there's some people have like doctored that image of him that's going around and put Robin Williams' face, and it still looks weird. Just the live action.
It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I think they should have done something. Maybe it's the blue. Maybe it's the blue.
Because there's images of him
they should
without blue. And people got pissed at that. He should be blue.
No, he shouldn't.
And then Will Smith was like, just wait for the trailer. And then now he's blue. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Why is he blue?
Maybe as time goes on, it'll grow on people and they won't see it as much. But I think it's a shock just to all of a sudden see this like live action blue creature.
Yeah.
Other than in Avatar, because
those cat peoples are cool.
It was still weird. But it was like, I don't know. Just blue is not the right color for skin. I just sound like a complete racist now. Like I hate people with blue skin.
There are no blue people, so you're good.
Smurfs.
Fuck you, Smurfs.
It seems weird to me. I don't know. It just doesn't look right as a skin color. I don't know.
But
it's probably fine.
But overall, though, like, is that the only thing that pulled you out of that trailer, or was it more?
It didn't feel
Aladdin.
There was other stuff, but that was the main thing that jumped out.
The music got me
and punched you in the face.
I think they made that original Latin theme song more epic.
Does it look? I don't think you're a fan of. Oh my God, what's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal? The Prince of Persia. I don't think you're a fan of that one. Did it feel Prince of Persia for you?
That's my worst fear, and I hate that you brought that up because in my gut, I'm like, oh, this is just gonna be a bad Prince of Persia, which was already bad.
I'm okay with it, but this just seems it's along that lines. Like it's not gonna be like the best quality movie we could have gotten from Disney about.
I'm gonna hold off. That trailer was only a minute long. I need to see Aladdin in action.
But that's what trailers do. They're supposed to get you, or not get you. And this one didn't get me.
But if they get Aladdin fucking cruising through like jet streaming
carpet,
that's what I'm gonna say. Jet streaming through rocks on the carpet.
You know what the problem is?
Go ahead.
We like the animated.
Yes.
The animated one was awesome, and I think we're comparing everything to that epic animated series, so everything's gonna fall short.
But if you're gonna bring that to live action, knowing that's how people feel, you gotta kind of, aim to hit it out of the park like the animated did. But yeah,
well, so I have a good one though.
Okay,
almost. Oh, it's still bad. So I kind of ranted about the last Child's Play. Trailer.
I remember.
We got a new one. We got a new one that showed more of the movie, which is what I wanted to see. I was excited to see that.
Not so much Chucky.
Yeah. So there's two things. I think people who don't like Child's Play right now, the series, don't like Chucky. They're not into his personality, the way he talks. People who don't like Chucky now probably will like this movie.
Yep.
That's my prediction. And then the people who love Chucky now are probably going to hate this movie because it's like
it's a new take.
There's two. It's like a polar opposite. Polar opposite. It's like you got this like I don't want because we haven't really seen enough to know if there's going to be a personality to Chucky, but we do know that like it's artificial intelligence. I'm gathering, so I'm making a big assumption that there's going to be less personality. There's going to be less of a Chucky that people who love Chucky are used to. And we're going to get more of this other take, which is cool. I'm not opposed to this other take. I like another, a different take.
Fresh.
But I think it's going to piss off people who are Chucky fans. Do you think
they're going to fully steer away from possessed doll and just go all AI? Because that's the impression the trailer gives.
That's the impression. It's hard to tell though.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a mistake for hardcore Chucky fans. Because if you're making a Child's Play movie, you probably should be making it for Chucky fans.
We're in luck though. So I actually wrote an article here a week or so back. So this film is being made kind of without the blessing of the original creator because he is currently creating a Chucky television show, which is based on the movies. So
now you're gonna have two different of the same universe, but at the same time, so
kind of not. Yeah,
are people going to like be able to pick and choose? It's like it's going to be. I don't know who's this for.
This is for a new audience.
It's for a new audience.
I think it's for like we mentioned last week, they're trying to appeal to, we have technology. Look at us.
So I based solely on the trailer, I think the movie looks like it's going to be decent.
He's a mini Terminator.
Yes. It's going to look, that's perfect. Mini Terminator. It looks like it's going to be a decent movie. I just think it's going to piss off a lot of people and make other people who weren't into Chucky happy because they got a different take. So I'm kind of in the middle. Like I don't know which way to go because I like me some Chucky, but at the same time I wouldn't mind seeing another take. True. So it's which side's going to win inside my Chucky loving or hating heart? Do you
Chucky? You are a big fan of the Chucky. Well, how far does your fandom go? Let me go with that. Are you a fan of the newer ones?
I'm always like. I like the original more so than a remake.
Yes.
And I think the original Child's Play was, I don't want to say, I was almost going to say perfect, but it's just about where you want that type of a movie to be.
For sure. It's pretty fantastic.
There's nothing wrong with that. Why remake? It's like remaking Back to the Future. Why would you even want to touch it? It's like that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. So that's kind of how I feel about Child's Play. It's like, that's pretty good. I mean, why would you mess with that? And then, but a new take, like I said, I'm not opposed to it. So I don't know.
He'll be back.
It's hard to pick a side for me in this one. Other people are like, they're probably, they know exactly where they stand.
Yes.
Like they were like, oh, Chucky, this new crap is, exactly
back
that.
In my day, he had a pull string. Well, mine.
What's your trailer? We've been going on a while with mine,
dude. That's what this is about. That's why I love trailers, because they're made to invoke conversation.
Yes.
So mine is Tolkien.
I heard about this.
This is the biopic on J.R.R. Tolkien's life, what he went through to make Lord of the Rings, and it shows his influences, like from the war, World War I, and all that stuff, like that built up to creating this epic. That we all still. He died in 1973, and we all still.
I know that's like, a legacy right there.
Yeah, talk about what this man did.
That somebody just made up, and it's that huge still.
Worlds.
That's crazy to me.
And people still dress up as the characters, and I love that they're paying homage and doing this biopic for him. I just hope they get everything that they can. Like, it should be 3 hours, and if that's too long for you, then you don't really want to know about Tolkien. You shouldn't probably go watch it, because I'm very interested to see what influenced this master of writing.
It could just be like one of those people like Einstein or something that
just with fantasy.
They're just like, just they are on a different level.
Because the world he created has surpassed everything else. So yeah, Tolkien. Check out that trailer. That trailer and all the trailers we mentioned are on GoWatchTheMovie.com. You can check those out. Head over there, and all the news stories we mentioned as well. So that will bring us to, and we're going a little bit off bracket here. We normally want you to go watch a movie. This one, you're going into your living room and watching a movie.
You're still watching a movie. You're just watching it at home. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The future might be all home like video.
Don't
know.
Say that.
We don't know.
Don't take that away from me.
We don't know.
We're going into Netflix's Polar. So this one's starring Mad Mikkelsen, Vanessa Hudgens, Matt Lucas, appearances by Johnny Knoxville, and many others.
Why was it called Polar?
Because it's cold. They're in the...
Is that like a metaphor? Like it's cold in my heart? It's cold.
I don't know if it's because they were out like... He was in the cold.
I wasn't crazy about the title.
I was a little,
So it didn't like grab me. Like I literally thought it was about like ice and stuff and like a train just from the title.
Which is funny because he has one coming out called Arctic that he's like stranded. Him and one other person that are stranded. Matt Mikkelsen, I'm talking about. Stranded.
Yeah, it looks good. That's a good trailer.
But I love him. He somehow
those are strong words, sir.
He warmed his way into my heart as Hannibal Lecter.
He climbed right in there, did he?
Yeah. Okay. And have you watched that Hannibal series? I've
seen it, but parts, but not all.
You need to watch it from the beginning, my friend.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, he is a fantastic actor. Ever since I saw him in Casino Royale, I've followed his career pretty closely. But yeah, they made him an assassin movie. Netflix is like, hey, we got you. We're going to fill that John Wick void.
Yeah, I think, but I didn't feel John Wicky.
I was gonna get there, but go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not gonna steal your thunder.
No. Hey, thunder. This room is shared. This thunder is shared. But no, I was just gonna say we're gonna because that was when this was coming out. Everyone's like, John Wick. This is John Wick. This is Netflix John Wick. I would say after watching this movie, Smoking Aces is more of what I felt from it.
See, when you say Smoking Aces,
yes,
I go back in time. And I remember watching a movie with the greatest build-up ever and then the worst climax.
An hour and 40 some odd minutes of amazingness.
Of just, oh my God, this is going to blow. And then nothing.
Yeah.
At the end. So, but I can see where you're going with that.
Like from the intro, the way they do text, the way they introduce the characters, I got a very Smoking Aces vibe.
Some style. I think they stole a lot of styles from a lot of different movies.
Yeah, and the director
I even felt if this had been in black and white, there was a couple scenes that really felt Sin City to me, like when he was jumping out of the tree. that scene, that was weird. Yeah, it didn't fit with the rest of the movie, so it felt kind of like that scene, like some of the scenes from Sin City where people were doing stuff.
Let's introduce this movie. You're right, though. So, an assassin, Matt Mikkelsen, the Kaiser, the Black Kaiser, is at his age. He has 14 days to retire, and he gets an $8 million pension from retiring from this assassin company. And the scheme comes that if instead of paying them that retirement, we kill them.
Imagine an assassination company being honest and then like honoring the little pension that they're going to give somebody. It just seemed like a weird concept to me at first.
The fact that they have a pension as an assassination company,
what?
It's like you should be keeping your own books.
Right. It seemed a little out there, like premise wise, but it's okay. Yeah. I'll go with it. It's an action movie with a little extra, which is what I like to add.
So I'm a little confused on certain things because his scenes with Vanessa Hudgens, who is amazing. She does a fantastic job. I think me saying that, having seen her other stuff, which is far removed from this character, they kind of are very, like sullen and like, tender.
Right.
But then you go to every other character in the movie, and they're these larger than life, like comic.
Maybe they were supposed to be like for contrast.
Yeah, that could. Go on. You got something to say here.
No, I don't.
Because I was kind of like I get it, but it
like the movie overall. Yeah. It was hard to connect with anybody in this movie. Mm-hmm. Like it felt. Somewhat. Him and the other main female character were what kind of grounded. He not so much. Her definitely. Mm-hmm. She's what kept me in the movie.
Yes.
And otherwise, it just would have been like a goofy action flick with some, couple of weird special effects that I didn't get, and then some great action scenes. But she's what kept me grounded. She was what was for me what was the most rewarding about the movie. Outside of if she hadn't been in it, if they hadn't added the little twist at the end.
That is the only reason that I'm going to say go watch this movie because of that.
If that wasn't there, I'd probably be like, this is just you kind of monopolize on the whole John Wick assassin thing and blah blah blah. But it gave me a little extra. It was a good action movie. It had everything action movies have. It had violence, gore. It had gratuitous nudity if you need some of that in your action movies. It had language. It had all that. I'm
nodding my head still from gratuitous nudity.
It had all of that. But then it gave you a little extra something for me. I needed that because
substance. I think.
Yes, it gave me some substance. It gave me something, and it was deep because it made you think a little bit. Like this girl, like tracked this guy down from this event that happened in her past.
It's funny that we lived so close, right?
without letting him know.
This amazing assassin.
Yeah, was able to sneak in there, live right next door to him, plus get him to want to get to know you by just being in town and kind of acting goofy. Like I'm
shy and scared.
I'm shy and scared. Yeah. Come help me, and kind of chop me some wood, Mister Man.
I don't know how to use a gun.
I don't know. A knife? What? No. And then all of a sudden gets to drop on the Black Kaiser.
Which no other high-paid assassin can do.
All these other goofy ones, this whole team wasn't able to touch him. And then he's like this little girl who doesn't, it's like, whoa, this was awesome. It was so rewarding, that part of it.
That is why I stayed.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Because from the opening,
Johnny Knoxville,
I didn't know what was going to happen. From that opening.
Were you scared? What am I watching?
I had a beverage next to me. I was fine. So I was like, even if it was bad, I still got this beverage.
You watch movies right.
So just in case. But from that opening, it was like, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. This is he died with a happy feeling. I'll say, you know what that means, people.
Yes.
You know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know. He's Johnny Knoxville. I can't knock the guy. He does what he does. But
did you like his dancing?
There's not much I liked about that scene, but it set up the later scenes. You know, we have like her move, the horror assassin's move is to get them in a comfort level.
Yeah. And she didn't really kill anybody though. She was just like, she just lured people into a false sense of security, and then like let somebody else do the.
Yeah, she's the look at my tits. Now
I like how she was always changing her outfit. Like I got a perfect outfit for that state or whatever we're going to.
Let's go to Miami first. Yeah. But okay, she has a particular scene, and I should have all the assassins' name pulled up. I apologize for not doing that, but she has a specific scene during the murder of the large fellow. Mm-hmm. So she's that whole scene. They're looking for the Black Kaiser. They're going to all of his houses. They get to one in some state. There's a large fellow there. Mm-hmm. And she's dancing the whole time. These people are trying to get information. One guy's on the phone talking to the big bad. I'm dancing right now too. One guy's on the phone talking to the big bad lady. And they're like, one guy's trying to strangle this large fellow. And she's just sitting there dancing. And, yeah, he's my friend. And then they go to kill him. And she just starts like crying, screaming. Mm-hmm. Did you get that at all?
I didn't understand what was going on. But like I said, like this wasn't what kept me in the movie. It wasn't all these goofy characters.
And they're like unloading several clips into it.
Because she got a little blood on her or something. Maybe. That was it. On her outfit. That could do it.
Yeah.
She cared more about her outfit than she did the guy's life.
I did like they try to give her a little touching moment when she goes to the first house in Miami and the guy hits her and they try to give her it's like no.
That was touching?
Well, it's like, hey, I'm not just a whore, I'm not a piece of meat. You know, that's but she was just a whore and a piece of meat. Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know.
Did you like any of those assassins?
I didn't.
No?
I didn't. I thought they were there specifically to be goofy and be killed by somebody who was better than them.
That is 100% correct. But I did like...
what's your purpose in life? To be goofy and be killed by somebody who's better than me.
Faye Wren, I thought was pretty cool because she was the leader. Yeah, the leader. When she went, and when they actually found him in his cabin, the way she was surviving, and she realized
he was the longest. But she still was just a filler to. Yeah, there's no contest.
So Matt Lucas, we know him from Doctor Who. Or at least that was the first time I saw him. Capote's bald friend.
I don't understand. Do you? Why did they cast it? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't understand.
You took the words right from my mouth.
It's just...
I don't get it. What were they going for?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Like
it was... I don't want to say the worst part of the movie, but I think it was the worst... I don't want to say even... I hate to say it was the worst casting decision in the movie.
It was pretty rough.
It seemed wrong, unless that was supposed to be the point.
It is based on a comic.
Was it supposed to be he was so off and bad and just horrible that it was supposed to be like a contrast to the Black Kaiser who was so calm and confident?
And
but he wasn't perfect either, because he wasn't perfect either.
No.
I mean, he's a flawed individual.
Yes.
But still, it was like that joy. I just didn't see him as a villain. It just was.
And they tried every trope. Like the birthmark, the monologue, this is my dad's weapon, you know, as he tries to swing it around, the bright suits, the weird, hey, we're going to be weird for weird's sake. And this guy's all bandaged and bruised like Dune, fat guy in Dune. They tried everything to make him work and he just doesn't.
It didn't for me. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there who just loved that character, but for me, it was just a complete fail.
Yeah,
and it didn't bring anything to the movie. It took more than it brought.
Even his torture scene is like, you're just gonna clip him with toenail clippers, like you have everything at your disposal. You describe the gruesome death of William Wallace, and all you do is clip at his skin. Like, come on. Mm-hmm. The fun continues tomorrow. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, he was not a rewarding character, but I guess there was other stuff to to enjoy about the movie?
Some. Yeah, and I lost any John Wick comparisons when the shooting starts.
Did you like the dog? I think
that was their way of saying, "Hey,
this isn't John Wick."
Yeah,
it's like we don't care about this dog. This dog is pointless.
I wish I knew his name. I forget his name.
We're gonna replace the dog with a fish.
I think, which he overfed like a motherfucker. But I did like how torn the Black Kaiser was. Like that, I like the way that they showed his nightmares, like the glimpses of all these chaotic things. One in which, like early on in the movie, if you go back and watch this, one of his nightmares shows him getting his eye stabbed out, which I don't quite understand. Or maybe he was stabbing somebody else's eye out, but somebody got their eye stabbed out. And he ended up getting his eye stabbed out in that same fashion. So I don't know, but he did a lot of killing. There. What's that?
Like a little premonition. You can see into
I don't know. But they showed it. I like the way that worked in contrast with how the story ends, because he kept seeing that particular event haunted his dreams. Rightfully so, I guess. If you're going to be a bloodless hitman, that would be the one that does it. How do you like? But he wasn't. So I'm torn with his heartlessness, because he's extremely heartless on one end. Of course, you know, the fact that he can kill anybody and without remorse, but at the same time, and the fact that he uses a whore and her son to prostitutes, I apologize, to kill somebody, like as bait, basically.
You're apologizing to like,
prostitutes. I shouldn't call them whores. That's not cool.
Yeah, he does. Whatever you want to do. Just it's funny to me.
It's not cool for me to call a prostitute a whore. That's not PC anymore.
Yeah, okay.
They were whores in the old West.
But yeah, you know.
Yes, I agree with you. What you just said.
Like, he showed no remorse there, but for whatever reason, he attached to this
I think he had feelings for her.
But like,
still, he had feelings. He was a lonely man.
Yes,
leading a lonely life, doing a lonely job. I think he had feelings for her. That's why.
So you think
even though he used her to an extent, but because he understood the relationship, but still understanding the relationship, being a professional, he still probably had some feelings for her.
You think he was that good at his job? He wasn't afraid that he was going to get them hurt.
Yeah, he knew that. He knew it because he's the Black Kaiser. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
he's not the Baba Yaga, but he's the Black Kaiser.
Baba Yaga versus Black Kaiser. Who do you got?
I think Baba Yaga wins hands down.
I gotta agree. And even though the Black Kaiser does some outrageous things for a retired,
he's too over the top good to really exist in the same world.
Exactly.
So you have to give it to the realistic one because that just makes sense.
Oh yeah,
in my head.
Greatest Assassins. That's an episode for us right there.
There you go. The greatest assassin.
Let's throw ourselves in there. You have, what would your assassin name be?
My assassin name?
Yes.
Oh man,
putting you on the spot. I'm on the spot too.
Putting me on the spot. I would pick something normal that didn't sound like an assassin.
Like not the Black Kaiser.
Definitely. I wouldn't be like the Black Kaiser, or Black Mamba, or the Baba Yaga.
Black Mamba.
You hear those Black names, Mamba. You get like, what that even mean? Yeah. Who are you? You know, it's like that doesn't make sense.
Kaiser a roll?
Like, I'm hungry now. I want a sandwich. I'd be something like just like something nondescript. Mm-hmm. Just didn't make any. That didn't make sense, but still made sense. Mm. Like I don't know. Like that would be my name. I don't know. I don't know. That's my name.
Who did this? I don't know. And everyone's
exactly. It makes perfect sense to me.
I like it.
And what would yours be?
We'll pass.
We'll pass?
We'll pass.
No, what?
And then my first name will be a Ken.
I can. What's your name? I can. Where are you from? Oh, Bass.
I can do what Glass did, you know. First name McCann, last name Whoop-Ass. I guess Of needs to be in there somewhere. Shit. It all falls
It
apart.
reminds me of that commercial where the guy calls his family and is like, we had a baby, it's a boy.
Yeah. Some cell phone company commercial. I remember that.
Yeah.
Let's get to the ending of this because that's pretty much what saved this movie for me.
Yes. It starts though, like there's a little foreshadowing when she explains to the guy who like something bad happened to her.
Yes.
And then she can't wait. Like if she saw the guy again, what she would want to tell him.
And then ask him, puts him in that position.
So that was great because you don't really see it coming.
Yeah.
Because you're watching this.
Did you see this ending coming?
No, not at all. That's why it was so rewarding. Because you're watching this goofy. I mean, it starts out with Johnny Knoxville with a happy feeling, you know, and it's like that's where we're starting. Like, so there's no way you were going to expect something smart at the end of this movie with that dumb of a beginning.
And some of the things throughout the middle.
Yeah, so it's so that part was really good.
Yes.
She explained. She asked him, you know, what would you say to this person? Blah blah blah. And then at the end, you find out that he was the actual person that she was talking about. So it was for me. That was the most rewarding part of the movie.
And she had to suffer to get this son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
She's good. I mean, look what she did.
She was coked up
to him
for 4 or 5 days while he was getting tortured.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting tortured by being she's drugs,
and she comes out of it and still gets the drop on him.
Yeah,
that tells you how good this person is. She could be the next Black Kaiser roll,
for sure,
sandwich, whatever you want to call it. It's like she's the next one.
Like a little provolone cheese on my Kaiser roll. No, but yeah, and like they set it up perfectly too, because this whole time he's sending money to a organization a charity, and for this child who he wronged. So I guess we should set this up, and this is spoiler territory because we spoiled it all already. But he had a mission in which he killed someone, just gunned them down in their limousine. He gets to the back door, opens it up, and what do you know? There's two kids back there, one dead, and one is our star Vanessa Hudgens. Hudgens. But yeah, and he's been having flashes of this. This is the kill that haunts his nightmares throughout the entire movie. And they just dropped this amazing bombshell like Robert described. And it's done so masterfully that it saves this movie. It completely
saves the movie. It's like there's no question about it. That's what makes it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had a very good movie.
No,
but I mean, sure, it's a great action movie with all those tropes that you need in an action movie. But this brings it to a level where just about, I don't want to say you're more, you know, advanced movie watcher, but just somebody who enjoys a little something extra in a movie.
Yeah, substance.
You're substance. You get it, and it's such a treat. Mm-hmm. So because of that surprise, I don't know if the first like 90% of the movie was supposed to lure you into a false sense of security and make you think there's not going to be something intelligent, so that when it does finally hit, that it blows your mind. And you think this is great,
and they pepper her in throughout to try and, you know, it's like. Because like we said, every conversation that those two have is a completely different movie from all this other nonsense that's going on, which I guess works in a sense, you know, because it just brings it around town. And her setup, the way like we talked about earlier, the way they set that up, where she just is this, I don't know, just lost girl. At least we're led to believe she's.
We should have known it though, because we're experienced movie watchers. Yeah. So when we watch something and we see something in the film, we know that it's purposely put there to be a hint for something later.
And he can never open this door in his dreams. Never open that door. Like, we should have been like, why can't he open this door? And who the fuck is this girl?
Yeah, why? So, we should have seen it coming, but
they hide it. They
did something. Yeah, they did something so great that they prevented us from being able to decipher it. And usually, you can decipher stuff like that when it's that
like here's tits, here's gunshots, here's guns.
But you use all the things that you can distract a man with, and then. and then gave us something at the end.
Here's a sandwich roll. Everything you want. Yeah. But yeah,
I have to say, go watch it.
Go watch Polar
because of the ending.
Yeah,
but I apologize for the beginning and parts of the middle. Yeah, but not all of it.
The general,
but it's there for a purpose.
Other than the end.
Yeah, I think we may have already ruined it because now people are going to watch it and be like, well, I'm expecting something huge, and they don't get something as huge as they think they're going to get.
Maybe I should put a disclaimer before.
Like way towards the beginning of this. Because, it's definitely necessary for you not to know.
I did say early on that the ending is the only reason I'm going to say go watch. Yes. So hopefully people stop and, but yeah, that's Polar. Go watch. Yes, surprisingly from the both of us.
Yep, surprisingly.
That will bring us to where you can find us. You can find us at gowatchmovie.com. And all the news stories, trailers, and everything we talked about are on that site, along with as much entertainment news, new entertainment news that we can throw on there. Check that out. And anywhere you can get a podcast, we're also there. So we don't want to pigeonhole you, but gowatchmovie.com is there. And that will be all, I think. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
Go watch a movie.